Shirley.
Yeah, with the Bassy on the end.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. We've been joined, though, by a different sort of singer. I'm not saying less talented, no.
No.
No, not at all, but different, because she's talented in her own way. I think one of the best singers I've ever had the chance to see perform live. I've never seen a gig, I'll be honest, I haven't got off my back. So no, but she was on a show I did years ago, and it was fantastic. This was just after... You weren't with Fairground Attraction, and you were already gone solo, I believe, didn't you?
No, I was Fairground.
You were still with the Fairground
people.
people.
We were Fairgrounding.
It's the lovely Eddie Reader, ladies and gentlemen. You look fabulous, if I may say so. You're glammed up.
Am I?
Yeah, you've all glammed up. What's happened? You've done the hair and everything?
I definitely do my hair these days, yeah.
Wow,
I like
the hair
doing
looks
it. You've got to
great.
have a bit of help, yeah.
Yeah, look at that. It's all kind of blonde and tawny gold. It's like a lion's mane. But, of course, as we know, it's the male lion who has the mane, and in this case, it's been appropriate. Let's not get into that.
No.
Let's not try and compare with nature. How are you? You well?
I'm well, yeah, I'm great. Just got down from Glasgow today. I've got Graham with me and John McCusker, Folk Musician of the Year.
Now, are these your regular collaborators these days?
Yeah, we've been... John and Boo helped me do the album that I've just done of Robert Burns songs.
And now, this is what we're going to get to in a minute. But first of all, John, Folk Musician of the Year, well, I suppose congratulations in order.
Back for 4 weeks, that was the competition.
You really did?
Yes.
No, but today you've brought what appears to be... What is that? It's a length of scaffolding with you.
It is a scaffolding, but
Is that-
Burns used to play scaffolding.
What is that?
It's called a low whistle.
A low whistle?
Yeah.
I've never seen one of those before in my life.
It sounds like this.
That's a bit high.
Well, you know, a recorder springs to mind. No, that's nice. Is that a Scottish instrument then?
Well, they play it all over. They play it in Celtic music or folk music, but they play it in Ireland.
And it's got a different sound to it than a normal flute or a normal recorder or something like that?
Yeah, it's got a lower sound.
Well,
It's very mellow.
And may I commend you on your choice of haircut?
Thank you very much for the radio.
But what's so great is, let's go. He's got the all overboard with the fin.
Yes.
What a fantastic look for a folk musician. You wouldn't expect. It's that juxtaposition which alarms and delights.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for coming down. Boo!
Hello.
That's your name, not an explanation of surprise. Congratulations on your fantastic name.
Well, thank you.
Where are you from, Boo?
I live in Cambridge.
Wow, but you look at you. I thought you were some sort of Nordic love god when he came in. He's got a deep tan, ladies and gentlemen. I wish you could see him. He's a feast for the eyes. I'm straight, but even I'm tempted. He's got a deep golden burnished tan. He looks like he's made out of mahogany. He's like the Cuprinol man. And on top, an incredible gold buzz of hair.
Thank you.
Is this your natural colouring?
Yes.
You're gifted. That's all I'm saying. You've got Viking stock. That's what you've got.
I have.
He is. He's a Viking. Look at him.
Yeah.
Tall, brawny bloke with what appears to be quite a cheap guitar. All right. And then we come over here. We've got young Graham.
That's right.
Now, Graham's the modest, self-effacing one of the band. We can see this. You see? Just look at him. Look at him. He's dressed like a tramp. And he's done absolutely nothing with his hair. He's made nothing of himself. Obviously, a man who's focused on the music. We expect great things from you today, Graham.
Right.
I think I've gone in a bit too hard there with Graham. I apologise. But it's a nice, happy bunch you've got going on there. I can just sense it's a good feeling.
Happy.
You must enjoy doing what you're doing right now.
Yeah, I love it. You know, I get to look after my kids and I get to make albums and get to sing to people. And
Did it get it when Fairground Attraction suddenly became so huge? Was that tricky for you? Did that feel strange?
well, it was kind of fast and furious for a while, but yeah, it was great. You know, it was now it's fantastic. I use it as a wee calling card to. You know, remember me? I did this, and
But I still dig that album out occasionally. Listen to it. It
It's
was
a
the
great
last of a
album.
million kisses or something.
First of a million.
First, okay. Well, I was close, wasn't I?
but yeah, it became the last of the million. 'Cause
No, well, I really liked it. It was a great album.
it's a good album. And I
Every
do
now
a
and
lot
then
of
your
this stuff.
your solo stuff surfaces, and I give it a listen. I always enjoy listening to your voice. It's such a lovely voice you have.
Thank you.
Now you're going to do some Robbie Burns stuff for us. So
Yeah, but
obviously.
get plugged in first.
We may leave while you're doing this, but I hear great I hear great things about it. If you could give us an idea how long it'll last, we'll make sure we're back here before the end. What's the deal with this? Why are you doing
Well,
Rabbit?
the thing is that like everybody else that I know, I thought Robbie Burns was something to do with being middle-aged and stabbing haggises.
Normally,
and
it's
getting
people who
drunk
work
and
for banks get together on
Sort of,
Scottish
yeah.
banks.
Yeah.
And I'm with the Clydesdale. They get together and they enjoy a big haggis night.
Yeah,
That seems
I've
to be
never
when-
been to a burn supper, and what I've discovered is the guy was like any ordinary Joe that I know from Cumnock or Kilmarnock, which is up by the south of Glasgow, for your other listeners that don't know that place. But it's it's just a guy. He was 22 when he wrote all this stuff. He was poor. He kind of loved poetry. Just for me, he's become vitalised, and
There's a romance to that, though. You know,
totally romantic.
how I don't know that much about his life. I must admit. How old was he when he died?
36.
So that's not. But I guess in those days that was a fairly normal lifespan, was it?
No, because he was you know, he lived really hard. He worked the farm with his father, and he didn't, you know, he was just a guy that that was unfortunate to be poor.
When he wrote, I Know You're Going to Do My Love Is Like a Red, Red Rose,
Yeah.
was that written for someone in particular?
Yeah, it was written for various girls, I think.
Yeah, that's it, old Rabbi, eh? You can't write it for various girls.
Yes, I think it was. I mean, it's a lovely song. It was written in 1796, and I think it's the best love song I've ever heard. And you know, I'll love you still until all the seas gang dry. It's just.
But if he wrote it for like 5 or 6 local fillies, doesn't that undercuts the message a little bit, doesn't
Well,
it?
it didn't stop his. You know, he still managed to make quite a few women.
I bet he did. He was the Barry White of his day, I believe.
Definitely. Definitely.
Why don't you? We'll let you guys. We're going to play a track now, so you guys
Yeah.
can have a chance just to make sure that it's all working in the right sequence of events, and then we'll come back and we'll chat a little bit more, and then you'll play live for us. I hope.
Aye, okay.
Okay. Shall we play? What are we going to play? We're going to play Eddie's newest single.
No, we're going to wait for that because Eddie's going to do a couple of numbers.
Oh, great. Okay. So what are we going to play now?
Some Police.
Lovely.
Hey.
Well done, the police.
So patronising.
You know. Well done.
Why? I like
they-
that track. It's quite
It's
good.
all right. They did very well. You know, with, let's face it, quite a limited concept there. Took the reggae, made it white, took it out there, sold a lot of records.
Well,
Don't stand so close to me. They were huge for one, weren't they?
yeah.
Good luck, Sting. Anyway, we've got Eddie Reader with her fellas with her. There's Boo. There's Graham. Was it John? I'm sorry, I forgot.
Yeah.
It was John. Who are now, while the police were playing for you at home, Eddie and her fellas here were just kind of running through it, and it sounded fantastic, didn't it?
Yeah.
It sounded beautiful. I'm really looking forward to this now. I must admit, when I heard you were coming to do this, I thought, well, there you go. It probably won't last long. You know, and I can, you know, pretend I've got some paperwork to do. Hearing that, then it's going to be great. I know it is. Are you performing much this summer? I guess you're doing a few.
We just finished a 7-week tour or something, and then we're going off to Denmark to do some things. I hope to be bringing the whole orchestrated Robert Burns show to like the Royal Festival halls or festival halls in lots of major towns.
Yeah.
You know, this autumn or in the early part of the winter or whatever.
And how does this sort of stuff go down when you're in continental Europe? If you're in Denmark, for example, is there an audience for?
Well, it's kind of weird. I mean, it's difficult for me to know how people. I just tell the stories, and if they get it, they get it, and usually they get it. So I just tell the story of, like, for example, Red Red Rose, and I tell the story of A Fond Kiss and how he was madly in love with somebody in Edinburgh, but he couldn't get her because she was like a bit of rich, and he was a bit of scruff for her, and you know, and they just kind of get it. They
Bring
get
it
the
alive.
vibe.
It
So-
sounds great. So the track you're going to play for us now, you're going to do Red Red Rose first. is that
Yeah,
right?
I'm going to do Red Red Rose. And
Are you ready to go on this?
yeah, I think so.
You
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you in
Is there
there?
anything you need us to do for this?
Keep quiet.
I can do the Scottish accent quite well if you want me to come in.
Let's have a go on then.
Oh, me wee lass.
Me love for thee has gone like a rose. Have thee any fish?
Great.
You see? Now, well, I've forgotten what he actually said. Well, I was trying to make it old-fashioned-y as well.
All right.
And make sure that we don't lose our large Scottish audience there by in any way being dismissive or insulting, and I think we achieved that. God bless you. Thank you very much.
It's
okay.
till all the seas gang dry. I will love thee still, my dear. Till all the seas gang dry.
Well, I'll remember that. But I think,
just
I think
stick
you'll
to
do
use your
justice.
number.
I think you'll do, a better job with it than I would.
All right.
Do you need to introduce this? Do you want to introduce this the way
Oh,
you
well,
do it?
yeah, this is Red Red Rose, written in 1794 for various women, as we said earlier. Yeah. My love is like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. My heart is like a melody that sweetly plays its tune. As fair art thou, my bonny lad, so deep in love am I, and I will love thee still, my dear, till all the seas gang dry. Till all the seas gang dry, my dear, and the rocks melt with the sun, and I will love thee still, my dear, though the sands of life shall run. But fare thee well, my only love, fare thee well while, and I will come again, my dear, though it were 10,000 miles. is like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. My heart is like a melody that sweetly plays its tune. As fair art thou, my bonny lad, so deep in love am I, and I will love thee still, my dear, till all the seas gang dry. And I will love thee still, my dear, till all the seas gang dry. I will love thee. You must remember those your kisses still care. Sighs just a sigh.
If I may quote the great Sir Jimmy Savile, how's about that then, guys and girls? That was fabulous. When they walked in, we thought a bunch of oddly dressed mortals. Now I believe them to be angels from up above to woo us with their heavenly sound. That was... Eddie, that's fantastic.
Thank you very much.
You don't need these other guys. You can do it on your own. You sound fantastic.
No, I need these guys. These are so lovely.
No, that was tremendous. Well done. You just pull it out of the hat like that. That's fantastic. You must be delighted with, the way it sounds, I guess.
I just love playing these songs to people because I feel that he's been hijacked by the highbrow and the shortbread tin. And
Well,
all
kind
that.
of both. Yeah, you're right. The highbrow, but also the lowbrow, to the extent where he's become a kind of poster boy for, a very
Getting-
basic knee-jerk
Yeah.
kind of celebration and boozing and the haggis. And that's right, as you said. And it's become a sort of simplified view of things.
For me, he's like Tom Waits or young Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
He was a revolutionary of his time, and he talked about equality and the unfairness of folk being really rich and other folk being dead poor. Like
Yeah,
himself.
now I'm earning more money. I don't really see that perspective quite much.
It's hard being an eccentric millionaire.
I
like
used to really be down with that, but now I'm beginning to think maybe it's a good thing. No, but that did sound absolutely beautiful, and we thank you for playing that. You're going to do another track for
Well,
us
we
as
could
well.
do Willie Stewart, which was Robert's kind of idea of what it was like to love your fellow man. His pals. He was a big guy for dancing and playing with his pals.
What? And that's the one you fancy doing now?
I fancy doing Willie Stewart because it's. I've never heard words written like this for a man to another man.
And when did this love of Burns then sort of like ignite inside of you?
Well, I moved home to Glasgow and I started falling in love with the Ayrshire countryside, and then also I met this lassie. Me and Boo were playing in Australia, and we met this lassie who came up to me. She was about 21 and long brown hair, gorgeous. She said, "Oh, I love Scotland. My great grandmother slept with Robert Burns," and I just started to be haunted by this guy. Everywhere we went, we met people that were related or in some way
had
connected.
some connection.
So and I felt that he was calling me to "Gonna sing this for me, hen."
It's funny that you just said you fell in love with the countryside, and particularly when John came in on the scaffold or whatever it was called there, I could see the countryside. I could picture it.
Good.
You'd think of the heather and the mist and all those things that you normally see in the Scottish
still
tourist
there.
board photographs, but it's still there.
It's all there,
You
right.
can tap right back into it. It's like you've got a direct conduit to the Scottish mother lode.
Oh, hey.
Whatever that means, probably
It
nothing.
made sense. It was
Okay,
great.
all right. So, and the track you're going to play again is
Well,
called?
I'm going to do Willie Stewart. So here we go. We'll do Willie Stewart for you. Just tune up a wee bit, can I?
Yeah, I was thinking you might want to do that. This might be a good time to point out that programmes are still available in the foyer. If you like the show, tell your friends.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Willie Stewart. Oh, you want to count it in, John?
No, you can count
Okay.
it in.
A 1, 2, a 1, 2. welcome, Willie Stewart. You're welcome, Willie Stewart. There's ne'er a flower that blooms in May that's half so welcome as thou art. Come bumpers high, express your joy, the bowl we must renew it. The tappet hen guy bring our band to welcome Willie Stewart. You're welcome, Willie Stewart. Sing, you're welcome, Willie Stewart. There's ne'er a flower that blooms in May that's half so welcome as thou art. Though foes be strong and friends be slack, their action must they rue it. May women on him turn their back that rang thee Willie Stewart. You're welcome, Willie Stewart. You're welcome, Willie Stewart. There's ne'er a flower that blooms in May that's half so welcome as thou art. A flower, it grows, it fades, it falls, and nature cannot renew it. But worth and truth, eternal youth, will give to Willie Stewart. And may she whose arms shall enfold thy charms possess a loyal and true heart. To her be given to ken the heaven she holds in Willie Stewart. You're lovely, Willie Stewart. You're welcome, Willie Stewart. There's ne'er a flower that blooms in May that's half so welcome as thou art. I welcome, Willie Stewart. There's ne'er a flower that blooms in May that's half so welcome as thou art.
That sounded fantastic. Well
you
done.
very
It's
much.
great, and it really kind of lifts you up, doesn't it? I felt like joining in on the old wheel there, or whatever it is.
Get your
you do.
kilt on.
Yeah, I wish I had one. Whew, I'd look good
Hey,
in the kilt.
Ross is very Scottish, isn't he?
Yeah, but we're not sure whether we're actually connected. I think the name was taken by a phone booth. There was some discussion about, we can't trace the family line too back. I won't go into it here, but, it involves Grandma on my dad's side. Anyway, they were different times, that's all I'll say. That sounded fabulous. Eddie has an album out, I guess, with you guys working, I guess this
Yeah,
is...
well, we've got it's the Royal Scottish National Orchestra on it, and John and Boo and lots of Phil Cunningham and.
But
there's
it's,
a whole bunch of people on
essentially,
it.
it's not the sort of thing initially I would think I would like. And hearing you play that, I'm going to make sure I listen to that because it sounds fabulous. The way you brought it to life then was really wonderful.
Well, it's a bit of a weird thing because I said to my mother I was going to do Burns in a concert we did at the Royal Festival Hall up in Glasgow, the Royal Concert Hall, and my mum said she wasn't going to come because she doesn't like Burns, and I was like, "It's me, Mum," and then my other cousins were like, "Well, it's strings, that's a bit too posh for us," but they loved it. It's not. It was just taking it. I'm trying to reclaim it, really.
Yeah, that's interesting though because it needs to be reclaimed. I think because we think of Burns and we do think of like drunken blokes
Shortbread
reciting "We Timber Shivering Beastie."
Yeah. It's
at,
not fair.
at a corporate function. Yeah, it's not fair.
Exactly.
Well, that sounded great. I didn't mean to be dismissive. You know what I'm saying, don't you? That's the kind of vibe you get, isn't it? That sounded tremendous, and obviously you're with the most talented musicians
Absolutely,
I guess
in the
you could
world.
afford this morning. Sounded
Gives
great.
with one hand.
Thank you so much for coming. Honestly, I really enjoyed it, and frankly, I was dreading it a bit. No, I was, but you've got such a great voice. It sounds wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing your talent with us this morning. I really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Good luck with Denmark. I suspect you'll need it, but I'm sure you'll win them over. You know what? They're like, it's furniture, and after that, they don't know what they're talking about.
Hey, it's a folk festival.
And when you're back later in the year at the Royal Festival Hall, we'll come down and see you.
Great,
Yeah.
yeah.
It sounds fantastic. Good luck with it all.
You're welcome.
Eddie Reader's album is out right now. I believe Eddie Reader sings the songs of Robert Burns. Is that right?
Yep.
Do we have a copy here?
We have it in
Let
front
me,
of my
well, I didn't get given a copy.
Oh, yeah, there you are
Well,
then.
let me have it. You buy one. Go out and get yourself a copy as soon as you can. Thanks again, guys.
very much. Thank you.